Here we have a typical installation of our Brickform Vertical mix around a fireplace. In this first step, you see Corey and Justin applying the spider lath. The spider lath is going to grab a hold of the scratch coat that we're going to apply next. Now Corey and Justin are mixing up the Type S mortar that will be used for the scratch coat. Follow the mixing guidelines on whatever Type S mortar you're using. Trowel the Type S mortar tight to the surface, allowing the spider lath to grab a hold of it. Then use a notching tool or a scratching tool, something that will put deep grooves into your scratch coat and allow the mortar that we will be placing next, the vertical mix, to grab a hold of it. Right now they're installing a mantle that will be exposed after the installation is complete. The vertical mix comes in 45-pound bags and is gray in color. The vertical mix typically gets about 7 to 8 quarts of water per bag. You can adjust this in the field, but usually thicker peanut butter consistency is what we're looking for with the vertical mix once mixed. Now the vertical mix is installed. Corey and Justin are smashing the material into the grooves that they created in the scratch coat. This is going to allow the material to grab onto that scratch coat and not have the material falling off the surface. Once they get a thin layer smashed into the scratch coat, then they apply the build layer. Here you can see they apply a thicker layer of material. They're smoothing it off, thus getting ready for the stamping process. You can also see on the outside edges they use forms with 1x1s or 2x2s to allow the material to be installed at the appropriate depth. Here Justin is using a Brickform Vertical stamp with clear liquid release to create the desired texture in the surface. Again, use clear liquid release for any of these installations. Additional mortar is applied at the desired depth. You can see how Justin is constantly pushing that mortar into the scratch coat. At this point, Corey and Justin begin detailing. Once the material is set up hard enough, you can use small tools like what they're using here to clean and detail the joints and create additional depth and realism to the vertical mix. Now they're moving down to the lower part, installing the 2x2s to get the appropriate depth with the vertical mix. Here Corey is priming the surface with just a small misting of water so that the moisture does not get released from the vertical mix too quickly. Here, Corey and Justin are using the Brickform Semcoat to help color the vertical mix to the desired color that the customer is looking for. Brickform manufactures a Semcoat in small kit and large kits. This is a small kit and comes with a pigmented liquid acrylic and a bag of cementitious product. Here, Corey is taking just a little bit of water to make sure that all the pigment has been released from the bottom of the pigment pack. Once that product is mixed up, we're going to add the dry component and mix thoroughly. This product should be mixed for about 90 seconds and allowed to set for a few minutes and then remixed prior to placement. In this scene, Corey and Justin are brushing on the sim coat to get the desired base coat color effect. Now, no fireplace is complete without a mantle. So what we're doing here, Corey and Justin have talked to the customer and they are going to make a countertop using our stampable overlay. Here, Justin is cutting one of our form liners. It's a 2-inch form liner and it's made out of urethane and will give a rock face appearance. Plumber's putty is used where the joints come together. Simply smash this material into the joint and create a little texture with your finger so that you have a nice smooth transition in the corners. The SC60 is our stampable overlay. This is the material that they're going to be using to create the hearth. The SC60 is mixed with 3 to 5 quarts of water, and in this situation they added color to create the desired look. They also added about 25 pounds of a pea gravel to help build the bulk that's needed for a countertop situation. Clear liquid release is sprayed on the forms so that they will release quickly once the material has been set. Here, a thin layer of the material is placed in the bottom of the form prior to placing the rebar. The rebar should be placed not too close to the top of the hearth so that a ghosting image of that rebar does not project through and become visually unappealing. Now additional material will be placed to fill up the rest of the form. Once all the material is in the form, a concrete vibrator is used to eliminate any air bubbles that may be trapped up against the rock form. I use the vibrator on the inside as well as the outside of the form to eliminate any bubbling. Now Corey and Justin are doing detail work with different colored stains to create the look that the customer is after. The Uramax WB is a 2-component water-based urethane that dries to a matte finish. It is what is being used to seal the hearth. Once the Uramax has been installed, the fireplace hearth is pushed into place and the job is now complete. And now you can see from this before and after picture the amazing difference that our Brickform Vertical mix can make on a typical fireplace application.